Is there a guaranteed way that you'll learn something on your next fishing trip? Good morning, guys and girls. It is June 4. That's right. We're already working on the month of June. We're looking at Job. Oh, Job. You know, Job 38:36 is what we're going to look at. And Job was one of those guys that had everything in the world go wrong. Everything in the world go wrong. Sometimes you feel like you're having a Job-type day or a Job-type week or a Job-type life where just everything is going wrong. And I always like to look at Job and think about not all the things that happened to Job that was bad. He lost his house, he lost his crops, he lost his kids, he lost his health. It just basically left with him and his wife, and that's all. But the great thing about Job is just remember the way it ended. Job basically repaid God back double. Job was repaid by God double of what he lost. Basically, he got back twice as much of everything that he's lost. So if you think you're having one of those Job-type situations, just remember, God will repay you in the end. God will give you back more than you've ever lost. The verse that we're going to be looking at today says, "Who puts wisdom inside the mind or understanding in the heart?" And God was talking to Job right there, and he said, "Who put wisdom inside the mind or understanding in the heart?" Well, obviously God is the one that put wisdom inside your mind, understanding inside your heart. Let's see what I wrote about that. How much of fishing is luck? How much is skill? Oh my goodness. Just like any other activity or sport, luck does play a part in any given day's success. But luck alone will never make you a good fisherman. You need skill, knowledge, and an understanding of the fish, of the water, of weather, and a few other factors to boot. God has given us that ability to gain these assets. If you're a good fisherman, if you're a great fisherman, God has given you that ability to gain the assets that's made you that kind of fisherman. We have more available to us now than ever to help us improve. But perhaps nothing helps more than getting out on the water and putting our information to work. Putting our understanding, putting our skills, putting our knowledge to work. Here's the deal. On your next fishing trip, take along somebody that you've never, ever fished with. Pay close attention to them, and you both are going to learn something. So the best way to learn is take somebody along with you that you've never fished with. Pay attention to what they're doing, and I promise you, you'll learn something. If you're going fishing with the same person time after time after time, pretty soon you're going to know everything that they know. They're going to know everything that you know, and you're really not learning much. You're going to learn out on the water a little bit every day. But I'm going to tell you, most of us old guys that have learned a lot about fishing, we learned it the hard way. We learned it out on the water. We didn't have all of these fishing shows on television that we have nowadays. We didn't have all of these YouTube channels. We couldn't Google up how do you rig a plastic worm, how do you tie a good knot, tying braid to monofilament. In fact, when some of us started, not me, we had monofilament when I started, but some of the old guys like my buddy Bill Dance and Roland Martin, they probably only had braided line in the first place. They didn't even have to know how to tie braided line monofilament together. But we learned on the water. Now that's a good teacher. It's a great teacher because those things you learn on the water, you don't forget. And there is no substitute for spending time on the water. But if you're going with the same person time after time after time, you're probably going to be a slow learner in that process. So try to go fish with somebody new as often as you can. You're both going to learn something. You're going to, plus you're going to gain some great fellowship with somebody else. Let's see what our tip is. This is a really good tip for this time of the year because this is the time of the year when we have more drownings than any other time. Over at False Creek, which is right close to our ranch in Oklahoma, they have like hundreds of thousands of visitors throughout the year, and it's they have swimming holes, and it's just an incredible area, and they have many, many drownings there every year. A lot of the people, in fact, most of the people that drown are simply waiting, and all of a sudden they step off into deep water, and they're going from being knee deep, waist deep, into being over their head, and they end up drowning. You also wait a lot when you're fishing. Here's my tip for the day. When waiting, shuffle your feet to avoid drop-offs. So in other words, when you're waiting, you won't want to take steps like you do walking down the bank. You want to shuffle your feet. That way you're feeling the bottom constantly, so you're not going to be 3 foot deep with one step and 10 foot deep the next step. And you can certainly do that in a lot of the water we fished today. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. It's June. Most of the fish are spawned in most part of the country, except way up north where we're fishing right now. And those fish are on the bed and being caught plentiful. Guys and girls, have you a great one out there today. Remember, I love you.